Yeah, hi there. These comments are for May, and this is Michael. I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT, your online TOEFL course. So let's take a look at your specific situation, and then I will try to give you some specific suggestions. So your TOEFL test is on November 18th. You have never taken the exam. Do you think I can pass with a score of 85? Thank you. Okay, let's go back to your first question. So how many lessons are there in each step? Okay, so in the vocabulary section, there's not that many. There's about 5 or 6 lessons. However, TOEFL Vocabulary Lesson 3 is a 150-page ebook that helps you learn 200 basic vocabulary words, and then TOEFL lessons 4, 5, and 6 are a series of vocabulary lists, practice exercises, and audio files to help you learn those words. So in total, you're looking at about 20 hours of instruction just through the vocabulary section. The pronunciation area, I think I have about 48 different lessons there. That's about 50 hours of instruction, and that includes 2 diagnostic pre-tests and a post-test, and you will get feedback by a language specialist, sometimes me, or maybe one of my TOEFL IBT specialists. So we will evaluate your pronunciation and even recommend specific lessons to help you get better. In the grammar area, there are approximately 10 hours of instruction, and that's approximately 2,000 different practice exercises. So I will help you in all the areas that you need to help improve your speaking and your writing, so that you have, or so that you're using more advanced grammar, both basic and advanced grammar structures in both your speaking and your writing. In my reading area, I have 70 different speed reading tests, and I also have about 15 or 20 different lessons to help you with your IBT reading test taking strategies. So the main thing through my reading section is you improve your reading speed to about 300 words a minute. That's the whole goal in my reading section, is you can read faster with better concentration and fewer distractions. In the listening area, you're probably looking at about 50 lessons. So you have approximately 15 hours of instruction, and then that's about 40 different listening practice tests. In the speaking area of my course, you have 30 independent and 20 integrated practice tests, plus you have hundreds of skill building exercises to help improve your organization and your development of the independent and the integrated speaking tasks. And again, like the pronunciation area, you will get feedback by IBT TOEFL speaking specialists. And then in the last section of my course, the writing, you have 10 independent and 10 integrated practice tests, plus hundreds of skill building exercises to help you improve. And again, like the pronunciation and the speaking sections of my course, you will get feedback from a TOEFL IBT writing specialist. So that, I hope that kind of answers your question. So in total, there are 330 different lessons in those 7 sections, and generally you're looking at approximately 3 months, I think, before you can get through all of the material. Now obviously, if your TOEFL score is higher, you don't need to worry about all of those lessons. For example, if your score right now is, well, yours is a little bit lower than, say, 100, but if you're about 100, you're probably looking at not needing to do all of those lessons. Okay, your next question is, do you think I can pass the TOEFL with a score of 85? I have no idea. I don't know what your current English level is. You have not taken the TOEFL before, so it is all unknown. There are too many unknown variables for me to answer that question. I can tell you this. generally students who use my service, they improve their TOEFL between 5 and 10 points per month while using my online TOEFL course. That's typical of the improvement that a lot of my students make. All right, May, anyway, thank you very much for your questions. I hope I've given you some information to kind of get you going in the right direction. And I hope you don't mind sometimes when you ask me questions, I will sometimes answer you by video. It's a efficient way for me to talk to you, and you can kind of get to know me a little bit and understand who I am and what I do. And overall, I'll tell you a little bit about my background. I am a linguistics and composition professor at California State University, San Bernardino. Now, in addition to teaching for the English department, I also teach ESL for the College of Extended Learning, and I've been doing both of those jobs since 1994. Now, my online TOEFL course is a separate business, not really directly connected to the university, but I wanted to help not just my students at the university, but I wanted to provide online instruction for those students who like to study online and who want to get a high TOEFL score. So I did start offering my online TOEFL course about 3 years ago, and since then a lot of people have passed the TOEFL. They really have, and I've enjoyed helping them every step of the way, and I will certainly help you every step of the way as well. All right, anyway, all the best to your high scoring TOEFL success.